Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. It's the morning for me. On my second dose of medicine. Oh, right, and welcome. It's me, Wingishni Bay, Majeki Kwe, sweetgrass water medicine woman, your friendly, friggy ass medicine woman, also known as Christianna Car and Crit Car Superstar. Yeah, all this beautiful divine being right here. And welcome to you, beautiful divine beings, right here too. How goes it with you? I haven't done a little card thing in a while, so I thought I'd do that. I'm still kind of waking up here. Used to do these first thing in the mornings, and now these things coming up in my photo memories and stuff. About 2 years ago, I started the YouTube channels. 2 years, well, and well, I haven't been at it regularly, obviously, and well, that's I'm a big believer. Begin within, right? I practice what I preach, practice what I teach, whatever, right? So maybe focus in within. So there's lots I need to focus on within, and one thing gets cleared up, another thing comes on. So I was thinking of doing what do we used to do here, right? Balancing energies, left and right, and overall energies for the day, your sacred path and totems. I know I'm feeling called to talk about these things because you know what? As human beings, we like to have something outside of us to focus on. To help us gather messages and information, right? We look outside. We are kind of dependent on that in some ways too. So it's like these, right? There's a scary card, right? The death and rebirth, but death and rebirth is talked about in religions and spirituality, and it's not like the physical death of the body that we'll all go through that, but it's, the death of itself, right? That's the thing. Like the seasons change. Like the trees and stuff go through like a little mini death and then are reborn in the spring, right? It's the cycles, the changes, right? So it's never really ending because there's death, there's a rebirth at the same, right? Death and rebirth, they are together always, right? Not one without the other, right? And there are so many things where we need those balancing energies and ways to get out of our heads. Now, these are not to be, right, like infallible or whatever, right? We use these things as a tool. These are a tool. They're not something to be worshipped or to, I must do exactly what this says, right? Because these things are left for interpretation to what it means to you. All these cards and tarots and spiritual things, it's all very general, because we're all unique individual beings, We're here on this earth walk together, right? We're all on our own journeys, but we're all part of the human journey too, right? We're all being human here. No matter where you came from, if you think you're an alien from another planet, you come down to be human here and learn what it's like to be human. Learn that this is just a learning experience to help expand the greater all. So tired and early. But that's been playing in my head a lot. We look at things, and as these humans, we need that stuff outside of us to look. And some of us get hooked up because, we can't do anything unless I consult the cards. Oh, I can't do anything unless I do this or whatever. So it's when something outside of us, this is where I'm learning where idols and things like that come in. It's something outside of us that we figure we cannot live without, that we need this thing outside of us to tell us what to do. Is that making sense? Again, this is just what I've been thinking. I do not push my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that on anybody. And You're free to believe whatever you wish to believe. I mean, free will. We all got free will, So far be it from me to try and impose my will onto you, right? I mean, when I try to align mine with Great Oneness Divine, try, right? Work at that. It takes a choice. It's always a choice, right? Oh. And sometimes it feels like, well, what choice do I have, right? There's so many things that's happened in my life that there's no way I could deny Great Oneness Divine, However you want to call it, whatever that is for you. But so much has happened that I believe in that higher power that connects us all, that unites us all, that is in and around us all, It's pretty powerful, pretty amazing, right? This is something I've been teaching my kids too, because when I was a child, right, they say put God first and all that. I'm like, right? No, my family's first. My family's right here. Come to a big, greater understanding, and we all need to come to that on our own. But this is me. I was pretty poetic there yesterday, writing in my journal, but but kind of what I've been sharing with my kids lately, though, too, right? Like to love God first. When you put that spirit at the forefront, everything kind of follows from there. Excuse me, I want to keep showing off that big thing on my chin. You like that? Hey, we all get them. It's all right. Oh, my little birthmark there. I think it looks like a little angel. Or maybe it's a little crab. I don't know. Right? Did you know I was the weirdo? And that's okay. I'm a loving weirdo. Because that's the way God made me. Wonderfully, internally, and externally, radiantly divine original. Is that how I said it? I can't remember. Number 1, God's message is love God, love others. When we love God first, we see there is nothing that is not God. So we love more and more often. And we see God in others and love them more too. Because we want to love them like God loves them. No, because we want to love them the way God do. It was my poetry stuff. Right? Well, that's what I've been telling my kids, right? Because it's that unconditional love and acceptance, just as we are. And we were not all created the same. So our Creator doesn't want us to all be the same. Right? Look at all the differences in this world that Creator created. The trees, not all the trees are the same. Not every plant is the same. Not every snowflake is the same. So why should all the people be the same and think the same way and say the same things and do the same things and all that? Imagine that. We all thought exactly the same. We all did exactly the same things. We all just complied and, same old, same old, same old, same old. Would we grow from that? Would we learn? Would we enjoy that? Right? Yeah, in this world you see that. Do you? Well, I'm saying you see that. I don't know what you see. What do you see in this world? Like, I see a lot of people, that Get Over It song just flashes in my head from a lot of people crying, don't blame me, right? Point their crooked little fingers at everybody else. Spend all their time feeling sorry for themselves. A victim of this, a victim of that. Your mama too thin and your daddy too fat. Get over it. Excuse me. I mean, no offense. I sing that in fun. Oh, man, that was on the Eagles Hell Freezes Over CD that I got in my teen years and just loved it, right? And my favorite verse, you bitch about the present and blame it on the past. I'd like to find your inner child and kick his little ass. Get over it. I don't want to kick your inner child's ass. No. No, give it a big hug, right? I know, some of those littles need a big ass whooping. No, maybe not. No, right? Because then that just brings in more violence. We don't want to do it that way. The words are mightier than the fists, right? Yeah. They truly are. Tell me. In the pains in your life, is it your physical pains that bring you the most strife? Or is it that emotional one? What hurts you more? Whether it's somebody has hit you with their fists or when somebody has hit you with their words. Right? What bothers you more? Personally. Right? Who knows? It's a Tell It Tuesday. So tell it to me. Okay? You know? Share it on our groups. You can share it publicly. You can send it to me personally. That's fine, you know? Remember, 95% of healing and just having your story heard and witnessed. And I, for one, will never, ever judge you, right? I may discern whether I want you in my life or how close or whatever, but I don't judge you. I don't judge anybody. And I have worked years at that because I did. And then my mother was the first one to plant those seeds. Well, if you didn't like that in somebody, you're judging that person. Don't you recognize that in yourself? Because you did this, right? Same thing you're saying, this one, blah, 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 right? So I learned very young to look at it in myself. If there was something I didn't like in somebody else, something somebody did to me that hurt my feelings, since even before teen years, like adolescence, looking at myself, how have I done that to somebody else? To have more understanding. Not perfect. I'm practicing. Still, right? So judgment does come up. Of course, I'm human. But I have to remind myself that's not my job. It's not my job to judge anybody. Not at all. Nope. To discern for what's it to have in my life. What'll be beneficial for my growth. What's safe for my children. Big one. But judging, no, I don't feel it's my place. I know it's not. It's nobody's place, right? That's the Almighty's place, whatever you believe that in, right? To look at our own lives, to discern what it is right for us. Because as we're looking at everybody else and what they're doing and not doing and all that, who's taking care of our own lives? Who is taking responsibility for our beliefs and our actions and how those are affecting others? As we're pushing our opinions on others or this or that, are we really checking in? If we're pointing out what they're doing wrong and what could be better in their lives, how are we doing that in our own? Right. Busying ourselves in others' lives and ignoring our own. We're not putting on our own oxygen masks, and we need to do that. You know? And I've done it myself. And I work hard at that too because I've also been on that receiving end. Oh, so much on that receiving end. Because I stay open, because I empty my brain. So I've been meditation. Been trying that since I was 20. My brain's gotten all cluttered up again, but there was a time. And then I started feeling like an airhead because I could completely empty my mind. Moments I still can. But there's so much on my mind these days. Actually, when it comes to my kids, that main passion, that main dream of mine. Right. They tell it Tuesdays. Little cookies. Sorry, just do one. One bath and totem. For us all these energies guide us. And maybe a thought in there. Maybe if you're feeling guided to interact some more. Let's get this out there. If I get some more interaction, I'll get to these more regularly. How about that? If they're really helping, right? If they're really helping. I would love to, because I know they do help me. somewhat, and then they started hurting me a little bit, so I had to back off a little bit because they're taken and being twisted and distorted to fit somebody else's things. So, right? Again, getting caught up in, that's not what she means. This is what she really means, or whatever, right? Nobody knows me like my creator knows me. And nobody knows me like I know me. I keep myself to myself for the most part. I have shared some of myself. And I work hard, and I feel that now more than ever in my life, putting a wall up around my heart, guarding that heart. I've always kept it open. Love like you never been hurt, la 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 la, right? I think that's what annoyed people most about me sometimes. I don't know. That's me just thinking. I don't know. I mean, I've had people tell me your positivity makes me sick and blah, blah, blah. And don't you ever get angry, you know, whatever. I've never seen you cry. And all this stuff makes me feel... Oh, I'm human too. Like, come on. I am being human here too. I'm not perfect. Nobody. Nobody here knows perfect. So, anyways, let's get her on. Let's see. Sacred Path and Totem. Just one for today. We'll do a quick little quickie. Ow! Could have done a separate thing. That wants to come out. Beaver the Builder. We're building. Okay. Another reason I don't do this. Okay, we're just going to spread these. And, oh, see, that was sticking. Wants to come out anyways. Okay. Let's see. Porcupine, that innocence. Oh, look at that. We can top it up on. 3 intriguing vision quest. Innocence. We go into that vision quest. Seeking and finding that innocence in us. The innocence that we lost, because it's always there. So go in and find that. You need to begin within to find that, right? And we're all innocent. So no pushing your stuff on somebody else. We're all that reflection of that divine, right? The divine reflecting to us and us reflecting back, right? And all those powers we have to share to spread that light around. Right? We have the ability to do that, right? To let go, to free, to give it up to source. Or we can hold on to it and go, it's mine. I want the control. Do you really have control of anything in your life? Really? Really now? What do we really control? We can trigger reactions and stuff like that, but are we doing that ourselves? There's a higher power. We need to seek and find that within this. What is it that you believe in, right? Because believe in something or you'll fall for anything. Right? Believe in that higher power that loves us all, no matter what you call it, okay? Let's get over who we're calling it, how we're calling it, whatever. To know that it's there is the most important thing. To know that it's guiding us all. If we're able to listen to it, right? We can... You know, do we really? I don't know. So we're building in that Kokopel, the fertility, right? We're building that life that we need, what we needed in this world. I mean, this is happening on the global scale. This is happening all in our own little lives. But what can we do? We need to begin within. It starts with each of the little individuals building in their own little families, right? Building. And Beaver, right, when it builds its lodge, it doesn't just have one door, right? It has actually several entrances and exits. So it never traps itself in its home. How do we trap ourselves in our own beliefs and stuff, right? We get locked in those, right? And we're damned. So that creativity to open up, right? To check out one of the other doors. Maybe one of our doors got blocked, right? It's not open to us anymore. We need to go out. Maybe we need to create a new dam, right? Maybe... And look at how beaver helps all those ecosystems around it when they bring a beaver, introduce that beaver in there, and then building the dams and changing the waterways and helping to clear the waterways and bringing more wildlife in there. Just one little switch, right? Look at this little guy and take down a great big tree. Well, imagine we could do if we all tapped in to all our own personal gifts, because we're all here unique. We're here for a purpose because we're here. What's that creativity, right? Because that creator created you creatively. Uniquely you. And what is that? What is your message to share with the world? Right? Your message that the Creator is sending through you. Because remember, let's not get attached to the ego. To the ego. It's not coming from the human. Okay? Coming from the spirit that animates this human. And share. Right? And enjoy this human experience. We're all in such a hurry to get out of here. Or, right, we want to stop so we don't get out of here. We want to stay on this earth longer. Hello? What's going on? Who wants to live forever? In these human bodies that fall apart, deteriorate, need to go back to the earth and then have another human body again, recycle. Death and rebirth. We're all going through that. So tap into that innocence, right? Get that creative. Tap into that innocence of how you were made, right? By the Creator. The Creator made you. Right? 3, 4, 5. There's the steps. That's the steps. Tap into that power. Connect with that innocence. See what Creator, and then you start building on that energy and on that gift, right? There's a gift that started, right? It's that little seed. What's your interest? What's your passion, right? Passion's part of that purpose. Right? Start living it. Oh, I love you all. Okay. Oh, biggest heart hugs ever. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Love you. Thank you for shining your light through in everything you do. That's right. This world needs you. So who are you? What is your gifts? Please share. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.